You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl.
Welcome, the randoms. I post every Tuesday and Thursday, and when I'm late, then Friday and Saturday. But let's go ahead. Let's get into these stories. Y'all excited? Story number 1. Am I wrong for letting a friendship fizzle out because she hates my boyfriend? So, quick backstory. I, 26 female, met my friend Sarah, 27 female, in a Facebook roommates group. We lived together for about a year and grew to be friends over that time. I moved out about 9 months ago to live with my boyfriend James, 34 male. James and I had a little bit of rockiness throughout our relationship, and when I was upset about various things that weren't going well, I would confide in Sarah. I'm going to speak on that in a minute. He and I started going to couples counseling and working through our issues, and we're doing much better now. I'm very happy with him, and we're looking forward to continuing to build our future together. Okay, so I do want to say this. Now, something that I learned, do not go to your friends. When you're having issues with your spouse or whatever, I do understand people like to vent and stuff like that. But your friends sometimes cannot be forgiven, okay? They will hold on to something, and you and your spouse could have moved past this at least 3-4 years ago, you know what I mean? And they're still stuck on the issues that y'all had before. So do not go to your friends with serious information about your spouse. My issue is deciding whether Sarah has a place in that future. She met him one time, decided she didn't like him, and has since refused to be around him again. She mocks him for things like what he wears, the car he drives, what he spends his money on, etc. And she makes fun of me for integrating into his group of friends and forgetting her. I haven't forgotten about her, but it's really hard to be around her now when there's so much negativity all the time. His friends, on the other hand, welcome me into the group with open arms and have made it very clear that they care about me regardless of my relationship with James. As they should. I want to clarify and say that I didn't expect Sarah to like James and be friends with him. I know that's out of control and unreasonable to try to dictate her feelings. What I do expect, though, is for her to be civil and not talk smack about him to my face, especially after I've told her it upsets me. I don't want to lose a friendship, but I don't know how to interact with her anymore without getting upset and feeling badly about my own relationship. I've never made a bad comment about her partner and have been nothing but supportive towards her relationship. I don't see why she thinks it's appropriate to say such mean things about James now. Would I be in the wrong to just let this friendship dissolve? This advice is only if you want to save this friendship, though. Sit down with her. Let her know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it bothers me when you talk about James and, you know, you mock him and things like that, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. But anyways, yeah, don't mock my boyfriend. You know what I mean? I do want to keep this friendship because I do care about you genuinely as a friend. But if you cannot respect him, then we're going to have to cut this off. If at that point she wants to end the friendship or whatever, then let her end the friendship. Or if she actually says, okay, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Let's move past this and I promise it won't happen again. Then continue growing that friendship. Because I'm not saying like just get rid of your friend. You know what I mean? But your friend has to be able to respect your relationship. Story number 2. Am I wrong for not giving a relative of mine passed away? Yesterday, my younger brother, a nurse, broke us the news that our great uncle was rushed in the ER. They ran some tests. They found that his brain was swollen and there was a huge blood clot. Oh my God. My mother, the kind soul that she is, was sad and filled with worries, but I was indifferent. I wasn't shocked nor given any time to process the sad news. She seemed disappointed and asked why I was acting cold. I told her that I don't particularly care what happened and said that he was a bad person. So he doesn't deserve my time, respect, prayers, or my sympathy. From the stories they've told me as well from personal experiences, he always cheated on my great aunt up until 2010. He was 67 and she was 62. He left their family for 20 years for random women. He laughed at the way my grandfather's mom's dad passed away 3 years ago and said it was a pathetic way to go out. He's a kleptomaniac. He keeps taking shoes and caps from visitors and guests, including mine. Fortunately, one of my uncles either replaces it or takes it from the old man when he's not looking. One summer when I stayed in their house, he ate one of the foods that I had brought myself because he thought it was for sharing, and yet he finished it in one setting. I told that to my great aunt. She apologized and paid me and said, just use the groceries in the fridge and just whip myself a meal. And when I used their stove later, the old man suddenly appeared and stopped me from cooking. He returned everything back to the fridge and turned off the stove. and got on me for using their stove and stealing their food. During a family reunion, the blew smoke right to my face as a joke and an invitation to start. Y'all already know. I'm talking about. I don't know why I did that. He mocks people with disabilities and sometimes taunts them. Dude's a total. Constantly finds a way to argue and debate with me. They say he probably does this to me because he knows that I don't tolerate his BS and calls him out and doesn't shy away to put him in his place. You're probably asking why and how does he get away with being a shit person? Dementia. So he's been suspected of having dementia, not diagnosed. We were asked to understand him and just ignore what he says and does. But even before the signs of dementia, the guy was a terrible human being. I've just extended and prolonged my patience for him because of the respect of my grandmother and uncles. But now, since he's passed away, I don't have to pretend to like the guy anymore. But I digress. My mom called me a d because even though that this man was a shit person, he still deserves to be mourned and to have prayers offered and to have sympathy for, and he's still family. So with this information, is it not justified that I haven't been more emotional on this man's passing? Quick edit. So great uncle and great aunt. Sorry for the confusion. These terms doesn't exist from where I'm from. I don't think that you're wrong for not feeling anything because from all the things that you listed, I probably wouldn't feel anything either. I ain't gonna even say probably. I wouldn't feel anything either because realistically, I don't like people who, one, feel some type of way against, other races, and on top of the fact of like feeling some type of way towards people who are disabled. You know what I mean? I cannot get behind that. I cannot get behind anybody who has any type of like hate and stuff in their heart. Like, I'm just not for it. Sorry, to his mom or whoever that's still alive that, loves him or whatever.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
But other than that, I feel no types of ways. Story number 3. Am I wrong for asking my friend to bring her own food when she comes over? My friend has a pretty big appetite, and when she comes over, she frequently eats many of my groceries. I am on a limited budget, and I cannot afford to feed her appetite. When she comes over, she would typically eat $40 to $60 worth of groceries. Oh, no, ma'am. She got to go home. She either got to go home or bring her own food. I am all for feeding my guests refreshments and providing snacks and meals, and I only invite my friends over when I'm in a financial position to host. The friend in question asks me almost weekly if she can come over. She usually says she's having a hard time and needs a friend. I am always hesitant to have her over because of the amount of my groceries she helps herself to. If I have a full multi-pack of food, she will leave me with 1 or 2s, in addition to having whatever else she finds in the fridge or pantry. I recently addressed my concern with her and told her that if I invite her over, I plan on providing snacks/meals. However, if she asks to come over, she needs to provide her own food. She did not take this well and felt I was shaming her for her eating habits. She does have a tendency to find comfort in food and often struggles with overeating. And then she pointed out that I didn't have this rule for my other friends, to which I tried to explain was because they never ate so much that I felt the need to implement any kind of rules/restrictions. She said I was wrong for shaming her for her biggest insecurity and for singling her out by creating rules for her that I don't have for my other friends. I knew she struggled with food, but still asked if she could supply her own snacks and meals when she asked to come over. Am I wrong? Girl, no. Groceries is too high for somebody to be coming over and eating up all my freaking food. It's just not happening. I would have said the same thing. I'm not finna get rid of the friendship because she's my friend. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is, yes, you're going to have to bring your own food because you can't slow down. I understand that some people can't control how much they eat. That really is a thing. Like, some people really are addicted to food. But I also feel as though I shouldn't have to suffer, and spend up all my money, you know what I mean? And then may not have money for more food. And now I'm struggling. Like, nah. Like, I feel like I shouldn't put myself in a financial struggle that I don't have to be in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that you're wrong at all. And, just if she can't bring her own food, snacks, whatever, she don't need to come over no more. We can talk about it on the phone. Well, all right, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed these stories. I hope y'all been having wonderful weeks, months, years, all that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts. Share this video with your friends and your family. And I will see y'all in the next video. And I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Talking